I know you've enjoyed so much about present tense, right? Good. We've talked about the simple present tense. We've talked about the present continuous tense. We've also learned the present perfect tense. I've explained all of these tenses under present tense. It is time for the fourth one now, the fourth present tense, which is present perfect continuous or present perfect progressive tense. I like calling it present perfect continuous tense. So what is this present perfect continuous tense and how do we use them in a sentence? So I'm going to explain it quickly. All right, I will not take much time in this because you've already gotten the basis. I have explained the foundation previously when I taught you present perfect tense. It's just a small change that we now need. What is present perfect continuous tense? Now let's look at this on the verb. Present perfect continuous tense is a tense that is used to refer to an action that started in the past and is continuing at the present time. An action started before. Now you are talking about that action. At the time you are talking about that action, the action is still happening. Let me assume that before I came to the class, I saw some students running. I'm now telling you that some students are running. If those students are still running at that present time I'm talking to you, the sentence I'm going to make, I can put it in the present perfect continuous or progressive tense. How do we form present perfect continuous tense? How do we form it? This is the rule, very simple. Like I said, it's just a little change that we now need to do. Is that okay? Look at it, the rule. You are going to use have or you use has, depending on the subject of the sentence. I've told you about that. I'm going to teach you about subject of the sentence in other classes to come, okay? So you use have or has. Really, have if the subject of the sentence is plural. Or you use has if the subject of the sentence is singular. I will explain that, okay? Just be patient. Gradually we will climb. Now, either you use have or has, depending on the subject of the sentence, like I said, then you will attach been. That's to say you have to use been as well too. Something like have been or has been. Then you use what we call present participle. But now, look at this. When we talk about continuous or progressive tense, the present participle now is simply the continuous tense. Remember our present tense, our past tense, our continuous tense, and past participle. So when we talk about present participle here, when forming present perfect continuous tense, the present participle that we are now to use after this being are simply continuous tense. That is the ing verb. Okay? The ing verbs. That's what we call the continuous tense. Now we have these two examples. I just brought out just two examples because you don't need much stress again. You have a good knowledge of this already. Yes, believe yourself based on what we've explained, especially under present perfect tense. Number one, I have been starting the car. Think about this. I starting a car. I began starting a car before you saw me. Let's assume you're just coming from somewhere. You saw me starting the car. Now, when you meet me, I just ask, Engineer Marco, what's the problem? I can tell, I just don't know. This car is just disturbing me. I have been starting the car. Yes, it means before you came, I was starting the car. Now, when you are there, as I'm telling you, in your presence, I'm still starting the car. It's disturbing me. I have been starting the car. So, our present perfect continuous tense here is have been starting. It shows that the action started in the past, and until the time I'm still talking to you, it is still happening. That's up to the present time. Alright, the student has been submitting his assignment. That is to say, in the past, the student submitted his assignment. And up till now, the student is still submitting his assignment. So, the present perfect continuous tense here is has been submitting. Has been submitting his assignment. So if you had submitted your assignment in the past, and up till this moment, you are still submitting your assignment, then I can say that you have been submitting your assignment. You have been submitting. You is plural subject, so it goes with have. But here I said the student. The student is referring to one person. Is that okay? So the student is referring to one person. So the subject there is singular. And that is why it took has. The student has been submitting his assignment. So our present perfect continuous tense is has been submitting. What made it a continuous tense, a progressive tense, is this submitting, ing verb. Then we have present perfect. This has and been that you added. Has is present. Present primary auxiliary verb. So take a look at them, read through, watch the video again and again. You will be given an assignment, work on your assignment, and submit. Before working on the assignment, play the videos, listen to them over and over again, copy your notes, read through the notes, then be guided by what you learned to answer the questions that will be given to you in the assignment. In our next class, we will pick past tense and explain the 4 tenses under past tense. Until then, you have a lovely time. And remember to talk about the GMAT 41 Support Student Education Initiative program. Bye-bye.